Hey everyone, I'm Clara. Tonight's story is The Thread in the Dark. If you're new, hit follow so you don't miss the next story. The stairs to the Finch Manor attic weren't just stairs. To 10-year-old Leo, they were the jagged teeth of a wooden monster that had been sleeping for 100 years. He stood at the bottom landing, socks sliding on polished oak, clutching a heavy brass flashlight. He didn't want to go up there, but Grandma needed her star quilt, and she said it was in the cedar chest, right at the top, just in and out. Leo whispered. He stepped onto the first stair. Creak. The house seemed to inhale. Rain drummed on the roof as he climbed, the flashlight beam trembling through the dark. By the time he reached the attic door, the air had changed. Cooler, filled with dust, lavender, and something sharp like a storm. He pushed the door open. The attic stretched wide before him. A cathedral of forgotten things. Furniture slept under sheets. A birdcage swayed, though there was no wind. Dust floated like tiny galaxies in his light. There, the cedar chest, beneath the round window. Leo moved forward carefully, trying not to look at the shapes lurking at the edges of his vision. Then he heard it, a scratching sound, not in the walls, in the room. He turned the flashlight. A burgundy armchair sat in the center, but its shadow was wrong. One leg's shadow floated an inch away from the chair, as if peeled loose, and beside it knelt a small figure made of twilight. Leo gasped and ducked behind a stack of suitcases. The figure was no taller than he was, a silhouette stitched from night sky, wearing a coat of shifting indigo patches and a thimble-shaped hat. In its hand glinted a silver needle. The figure raised the needle. Leo squeezed his eyes shut. Silence. He peeked. It wasn't attacking the chair. It was sewing. A glowing thread, thin as moonlight, stitched the broken shadow back into place. With a final tug, the shadow snapped whole. The figure sighed, a hollow, lonely sound. Leo's fear softened into curiosity. The figure turned and walked toward the suitcases. Leo froze, but the figure wasn't looking at him. It was staring at the torn shadow beneath the luggage. A jagged rip of light split the darkness. The figure tried to thread its needle and failed. Its hands trembled. It tried again. Missed. It slumped, covering its face. The gesture was so human that Leo forgot to be afraid. He stepped out. The figure startled, eyes glowing wide. "I'm not going to hurt you," Leo said softly. He pointed at the torn shadow. "You're fixing them, right?" The figure hesitated, then nodded. Leo picked up the glowing thread. "My grandma taught me this," he said. Steady hands. He threaded the needle. Perfect. The figure's eyes curved into crescents, a silent smile. It bowed deeply. Together, they stitched the suitcase shadow. Dip, pull, loop. The darkness closed. "Does it hurt?" Leo asked. Being broken, the figure tapped its chest, empty, then pointed to the mended shadow. Tapped again, full. "It feels lonely," Leo whispered. The figure nodded. They moved through the attic, repairing shadows of lamps, toys, and picture frames. The storm roared outside, but inside, the attic became a workshop of quiet purpose. At last, they reached the cedar chest. Its shadow was perfect. "It's not broken," Leo said. The figure pointed to the lid and shivered. Leo opened the chest and lifted the star quilt. Warm cedar and safety filled the air. When he turned back, the figure stood by the window. The rain had stopped. Moonlight poured in. The figure gave a small wave. "Will you be here next time?" Leo asked. It pointed to the moon, then to Leo's shadow, and stepped backward into the darkness. Gone. Leo looked down. His shadow stretched whole and unbroken across the floor. He smiled. "Thank you," he whispered. He walked down the stairs calmly, the flashlight swaying. The stairs no longer looked like monster teeth, just wood that needed polish. At the bottom, the clock chimed. Leo glanced once more at the attic door. For a moment, he thought he saw a tiny flash of silver light beneath it, like a needle catching a star. "Here's your quilt, Grandma," he said, stepping into the warm living room. "And don't worry about the attic." That completes tonight's story. Tell me which story I should cover next.